The summer comes.
And hello, Harper.
Hello, greetings from the U.S. in Arizona.
And welcome to our first reviewer today. And
Corinda.
It's Corinda. And Corinda is saying it won't let me in. All right. Okay. Can you keep trying, Corinda? Can you switch? We always say this, but can you switch off and on again and see if that will let you in? It can be temperamental. So if you can just persist and keep trying, hopefully it will let you in, and it will let in Nick and Maria as well. Yeah. Talk. I only mentioned his name once.
Oh.
Nick.
Greetings.
Mention his name.
My apologies for my tardiness to the live stream today, but I was busy. I'd finally got onto the Amazon live stream, so
did you?
So did about 13 minutes and then jumped off and came on here. So I'll schedule another decent show, hopefully tomorrow with any luck.
Nice.
Well, we've all got to have a show where we test it out and make sure it's working. I mean, I did that before I went on with Marco.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then we had our adventure earlier this week. Yeah. Okay, right. Now, we always have a starting topic. And the starting topic this week is, should we all be vegan? Who would like to start? Harper. Okay.
I'll go. Well, for those that are watching that don't know, I'm from the U.S. I'm a prior service Marine, and I actually dated a girl when I was a young lad, and she wanted to try to go vegan. And of course, you know what guys do when you first meet a girl, you cater to whatever her needs are, or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. It didn't work. I think I lasted about 2 weeks. That she knew I had cheated, getting a hamburger somewhere when she wasn't around. I would, after about 5 days, I could feel it. It just wasn't me. And now, mind you, when I graduated high school and went into the Marine Corps, I was very tall and very skinny. So I was trying to build muscle. Well, on a vegan or even vegetarian diet, you can't do that. There's not enough protein, plant-based protein to build muscle like that. You can maintain muscle, but you can't build muscle that way. So yeah, I tried it, and I think a lot of people we should probably set a standard here as far as what the difference is between vegan and vegetarian.
Mm-hmm.
So vegan is no animal product. That means no eggs, no meat, no honey, no nothing that comes from an animal. From any animal, where vegetarian is no meat. You can still have eggs and dairy, but so that's kind of a different. That's kind of one of the biggest misconceptions I think between vegan and vegetarian is, well, what's the difference? So vegan, no fish, no chicken eggs, no milk, no nothing. So it's kind of different. But yeah, it didn't work for me. How about you guys?
Yeah. That's a good question. I brought up that your meal was meat and 2 veg, and it's been that way. So that's meat and 2 vegetables, including potatoes, of course, as a vegetable. And it's very difficult to actually change. And I've not been sold on the reasons for doing it. I think that's part of the problem. That if you want people to become vegan and vegetarian, we need to have good reasons to leave behind what we enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, we wouldn't see the benefits right away. Well, are there health benefits to being vegetarian or vegan?
Not so much.
Yeah, not really. I mean, maybe less. I mean, less preservatives and additives and all that kind of stuff. But
Yes.
I mean, the way we grow up now, it's like if you don't have that stuff, I think your body kind of misses it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was born in '69, so I mean, the '70s and everything else, they were already throwing preservatives and everything else in there. So it's like, my body kind of lives on that stuff. So if I all of a sudden stopped all that, my body would kind of like going, what are you doing? Are you eating cardboard? What are you doing? So hi, Maria.
Hi, everyone.
Hello,
Sorry
Maria.
about that. Hello, nice to hear you all talking about it. It's a great topic, Stephen. Great topic. Hi, Marco.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
It's an interesting one because my first wife was a vegetarian.
Okay.
And so similar to you, Harper, so I really love cooking, so I did all the cooking and things. So and I just cooked vegetarian meals. So and it was we were very proud. Well, I was very proud of myself at one stage because I listed out and I could go I think it was like 37 or 38 days without having the same meal twice. So
Wow.
Because you just become, because it's in your psyche, you become more aware of the different things that you can do. And one of the big ones was using all the because I was I've the similar sort of age to you, Harper, and so we grew up and we had the young ones on the TV in the UK, and the university was always eating lentils and nothing was particularly pleasant.
Yeah.
But actually, it's like all these things, quinoa and lentils and rice. If you can put flavors into them, they absorb flavors. Couscous absorbs a flavor. So actually, you can do some really nice things. And so, as I say, this was my first wife. So this was like 25 years ago. And vegetarianism wasn't really in vogue then either. There were very few vegetarian restaurants, and God forbid if you went on holiday to France or something like that, they just look at you completely blankly. Now, that didn't mean I didn't love meat still, even though during the day I would just have a vegetarian diet. But no, if we went out for a meal, that was it. I had steak, no matter where we went. Steak. What are you having? I'm having steak because I'm not having it at home. And it's a real interesting thing that we used to, like you, Stephen. We were brought up meat and 2 veg, and a lovely Sunday roast dinner. I used to love cooking them. If I say so myself, rather good at doing it. But after being married for about 7 years, we had some family over, and we had no qualms about making a roast dinner for them coming over. And I just really screwed it up because I just couldn't remember how to do it. It was horrible. It was, I felt so bad. And anyway, as I say, that was my first wife. There was a reason for that, but that wasn't the main reason. But my goodness, after we were divorced or after we separated, my God, I had some burgers.
You were free.
I was. But also interestingly, we talk about veganism. Now, I've got a lot of friends who are vegan, and they will swear blind that the health benefits of a vegan diet are more than anything, particularly on fighting cancer and cancer cells. And I think our friend Owen says that as well. But I'd heard that from my vegan friends, particularly one whose mother had passed from cancer, and they battled it with eating. So interesting.
For sure. Yeah.
Now, Nick, how is you when you went back to eating steak and burgers or whatever? How did your body handle it? Was it it took a little bit for it to do it, or?
No, actually, I tell you, no, Harper, I don't think it did. I think the transition was very, very easy and simple. My body hadn't rejected meat. And the thing is also, the truth is, we are carnivores. We have
Exactly.
So it's not natural for us to not eat meat. I would argue. You wouldn't want to give a dog a vegetarian or vegan diet. I'm sure the dog wouldn't be overly chuffed. And so and then you're getting into all the supplements and everything else that you need because you're not getting it naturally. And it's like and the thing is, they say, oh, it's vegan bacon or it's vegan cheese. It ain't cheese and it ain't bacon. Stop calling it that. It's absolutely not. But they call it that in order to woo us in. So I'm going to get on my high horse, but I shall calm myself.
Yes, just calm yourself, Nick. He's going to have a big burger or steak tonight.
Yeah, I'm off for a steak. Yeah.
There you go. See?
Chris, are you
Well, I
vegetarian?
have-
Who wants to go next?
I have 3 cats, and they are not vegetarian at all. And I follow them, so I eat with them. And every day they have a fresh roasted meat. That could be turkey or chicken, steak. And on Fridays we have fish or scampi's. They like that very much.
I bet.
Scampi is diabolique for the sauce. They are also saucemen, my 3 cats. But I have indeed 1 day in the week when I must do the household here. Then I cook not so much, and then I make pasta with tomato sauce or with ratatouille. And that could be vegan, but I do cheese on it, so it is vegan. It's not okay. But I like that also. And for the cats, I have then chicken that I bake for them apart. I don't think that vegan is a healthy meal. And I don't think also that it's a good thing for the environment. And also a very great problem for the third world, because the cattle, that is money there. And when you take that out of the economic system, the people have no money and will have great problems. So I'm not for vegan.
Yeah.
I'm contra.
Let's just follow logic through. If we didn't eat beef, then there would be no need for cattle. If there was no need for cattle, then farmers wouldn't breed cattle. Farmers didn't breed cattle. Eventually, there would be no cattle. So that's the reverse logic. But by actually eating meat, we're actually keeping a cattle industry going. Okay, Maria.
Yeah, that's a very interesting. I think you'll find that cultures, there's some cultures that are more vegetarian than others. And certainly when you think about the cold countries, you need the meat, you need the fish, because even if you go up to the Arctic, the Eskimos go and eat the blubber from the whales, right? They're not vegan, so I think it is from the culture and the countries you come from, and I don't think that's going to change. Myself, I come from a Mediterranean background and Polish background. So we always had Polish food and Italian food, which was good, healthy food. We didn't have very much desserts. They were a treat if we had desserts. We didn't drink pop or anything like that. And myself now, Nick, I'm trying to lose weight. So what I'm doing right now is I eat less. I don't eat any bread. And I don't put any sugar in my coffee anymore. I make my cappuccino. This is what I have here, right? My cappuccino. And I didn't think I was going to like my cappuccino without the sugar, but I just added cinnamon, regular cinnamon, and it adds up the flavor, and that does it. And I have noticed I've increased my walking. Like I did 4 kilometers yesterday, and changing my diet. I'm getting healthier and I'm losing weight. I can see once a week I lose a pound, maybe, or 2 pounds, but it's steady loss. So vegetarian for me, I think it depends. Some days I could be all vegetarian. Like what I like to eat is scrambled eggs with beautiful tomatoes on the side, with basil and all the herbs from my garden. And that pretty much takes me for most of the day, believe it or not, because I have 2 cappuccinos, then I have that, and then I have fruit in the evening. So but I still like my meat. I will have my meat whenever I want to, So I'm kind of a mixed diet I do, right, for myself. It's, whatever is best for me. And I think every body type is different. My friend Edward needs to add more meat to his diet because he's low on vitamin B12, Stephen. And where do you get vitamin B12? Is from the meat, right? Liver, like you can eat liver almost not cooked. That helps you. So I think it depends on your system, quite frankly.
Marco,
Well,
are you vegetarian?
I don't think.
Maybe the animals he eats are, but
Some of them, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of balance. Maybe on these times, I think we eat more meat than we need. Okay, I think we can. I think the first thing we should do is to think if we are not eating too much. I think it's the first question we should do. Okay, because I think in the Occidental world we eat too much. Okay,
Yes.
that's the first thing. Okay, and also it's a matter of balance. Okay,
Mhm.
I think if we it's good to eat vegetables, for instance. That thing that usually when we are kids we don't like, which is fish, we don't like it too much. But as a good Portuguese, I'm a true fisher lover. Okay,
Mhm. Yeah.
and because we have more diversity, yeah, with fish, we can make more dishes, and I think fish it's a good option. But I think the main question here is two things: a matter of balance and also a matter of not eating that much. Okay, because
Mhm. Yeah.
we and we because psychological things, because of social things as well. And
Mhm.
this COVID thing was not a good thing when sometimes you make the revenge going to the fridge, seeing who's there.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the main thing is and also yes, there are some industries that don't treat so good animals. I think yes,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
of course it's one thing, but yes, I think that idea, the well-being of the animals, we should not kill animals, but animals kill other
Yeah.
animals.
Animals.
Okay,
Sure.
so
Yeah.
I should run after a lion. Excuse me, you should not shoot that gazelle. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I think it's not. We should not be kind of radical. Okay, so
Mhm.
yes, we should eat less. We should
Mhm.
eat more things, and okay, it's good to eat meat as well and fish.
Sure.
Eggs
Absolutely.
and cheese,
Mm.
real cheese. I think Nick, calling this vegan cheese or vegan bacon is like calling football to that thing that people play in the other side of the
Yeah, totally different. Totally, I agree with you there.
calling
Exactly.
football to something played with an egg and with hands doesn't kind of thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
But the worrying thing is that you see a rise in the call it the woke generation, I guess, of it's awfully, you see it virtually daily these days, of you get reports published about all the CO2 that is emitted by animals, and the danger is that it'll become like widespread popular opinion becomes almost like gospel and fact. And so then there's a huge drive from younger, it's going to sound really mean, but some younger, maybe less worldly wise, that then have that psyche, and then they just like zealots are like, we all have to go vegan, and then
Yeah. For sure.
And they don't know that.
and you made the right point there, Maria, in the
Yeah.
if you're, it depends where you live, and
Yeah.
some people, if you're in a first world country with supermarkets and stores just down the road or just down the block, then of course you can go vegan really easily, but no,
Yeah.
the vast majority of the world can't. So
Yeah.
that's a very good point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Corinda.
I agree with Helen, right? If I am
Yeah.
a new vegan diet, everything I can eat. Yeah, I'm the same as well, Penny. Well, like, I can't eat anything apart from like beef, but like the seafood, it's really healthy, and you don't know what's in it. Like, it might be like vegetables in this is what between vegetable and meat. Now, what is this one?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there's got to be a the goal. I used to really be into fitness when I was in the Marines, obviously,
Mhm.
but
Sure.
but there has to be a balance. The goal is to not have to take any supplements. Really, we take supplements because there's something in where we're at or some region we don't have something that we can't get from food. So there should be, like Marco said, there should be a balance. You know, you eat meat because of the protein and everything else. Yes, there's plants that have protein, but they don't give you the amount or the type of protein you need. So if all of your vitamins and minerals and all that kind of stuff should all come out of your food. That's where you want it to come because that's the best for you. But you know, if we eat fast food, you know, you go to McDonald's and you get a cheeseburger, maybe it counts as meat, and then you got the bread. But other than that, I mean, it's not. I mean, have you seen the? There's so much preservatives in there. They had one of the schools up in Seattle had a 20-year time capsule, and they put a cheeseburger in there.
Yeah.
The cheeseburger came out, and if you sat it on, if somebody served it to you from McDonald's, you'd eat it because it looks like there's no mold, there's so much preservatives in it. There's really no food anymore.
Yeah.
And
you're
this is
making me
no joke
hungry.
because I knew the girl who put it in there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But so you look at it, and people are like going, "Oh, I'm eating healthy food," but you're really not. So yeah.
Good point.
Meal, which is called Subway. I don't know if that in America too, but in our Subway. Now, all the seasons are in Subway. Right, and even, right, in Subway are seasons. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not catching everything, Corinda, but we'll keep with it, and we'll pick up. The more you talk, the more we
Understand.
I can understand that. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
good. I'm glad you actually fought to actually get in here because I know
Mhm.
it wasn't easy. You had to persist, which is good. Appreciate that.
I think he said somewhere in the conversation he said, Marco, it's the old man. I think
Oh,
he said
right.
It's the old what? It's the what?
No.
It's the what?
the old man.
Oh, the old man.
Okay. Before
even
my
though
Now
it's
Subway,
that
not
now that you
here.
have a new microphone, you need new speakers.
yeah.
Oh dear, oh dear, dear.
I tell you what, if I come back in the next life, I want to come back as one of Chris's cats. They eat brilliantly.
My cats.
Yeah. She treats them very well, doesn't she, Nick?
Yes, my
Sounds
cats are
delicious.
the best.
So a question then: is a vegetarian pizza vegetarian?
It had
Oh, I
been-
don't think
it
so.
had
Yeah.
been-
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Because
had
I mean,
been-
what do you make?
Yeah.
What do you make the flour from? That's vegetarian, right? That's wheat.
How do you have pizza without
Yeah.
cheese though?
Then tomato. Well, I don't eat pizza with meat, you know. I don't like pizza with meat. I have vegetarian pizza, basically. I have, like you have the flour. It's made from flour. You put tomato sauce on top, and then I put there's spinach on mine or mushrooms. That's all I eat. That's all I want, because I really don't like. I find the other pizza is very heavy with the meat, so I don't order pizza with meat, and I don't miss it at all either.
Mm.
Again, I think what you're accustomed to, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's how you set up your body.
Depends
Yes.
what you have in you. It depends what you have. Like some people have meat, vegetarian. It depends
Yeah.
what you put in it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I have had a problem with veggie. I had made tomato soup, especially for him. But like a good cook, I had done some fond, a bouillon
Yeah.
in there, and that's with meat. And so he wouldn't eat it.
There's the difference. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, when my grandparents were still alive, they'd my grandma she slowly just stopped cooking meat, and I don't know why. Probably, well, who knows why? But she wasn't vegan or anything. She just would start making vegetables for dinner for my grandpa, and he would be like, "Oh, okay." He would eat whatever she cooked. But then the next morning, he'd go out and get a burger somewhere, and
Would he really?
Oh yeah. He was a meat eater, and I mean, she was too, but it was just one of those, I don't really feel like cooking much. She was a great cook, but it was just as she got older, it was just like,
Sure.
I'll throw this in the oven or whatever. So,
I
but
can
yeah,
understand that.
it's not like he was sneaking it. It was obviously she didn't want meat, so it was like, well, okay,
Yeah.
I'll go down and get what I want. So
Sure. That's a happy marriage, right? That's a happy marriage. He does it his own way.
over 50 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I tell you what, Kelly's being a bit. Go on, Corinda.
No, can you put when you put pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple on
I
pizza.
thought all I know, like I thought they don't have any pizza in Canada. I thought Canada was only like supermarket. I know that Canada has a pizza area.
Can I ask Nick a question? Because I think, Nick, you're trying to lose weight like Peter is, right? Are you kind of going along that route? Am I correct about that?
Yeah, no, from totally different direction, but yeah, effectively, yeah.
So what have you changed in your diet?
Oh, the only things I changed, I just my coach just said remove carbs, so take out bread, rice, pasta, and potatoes. And I was like, but that's what I eat a lot of.
Yeah.
Me too.
He said,
So what did you do?
Rice and pasta.
And the other part was he said, just make sure you go out and exercise for 45 minutes every morning first thing. And that's all I've done. I can still, so I've not totally eradicated carbs. You can't eradicate.
No, you don't want to either.
They're in lots and lots of things. But yeah, nice. It's nice. I still enjoy a little rum and coke. I still enjoy a little beer every now and again. Nice little wine every now and again. So it's not as he said, just don't make every day a Saturday. So
yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Saturday, I do have steak, red wine, beer.
Yeah.
But I don't miss it. That's the crazy thing. It's I thought I would have some sort of some sort of like withdrawal symptoms almost because I did at breakfast I always had toast and being in the UK I'd have a lunch, I'd have a sandwich, there was more bread, but actually I'd have a manwich, which was like 1.5 sandwiches, and then sometimes I'd have a pasty. I had to explain to Carrie, because he's Swedish, what a pasty was, and he said no, that's really bad as well. So all these things that I was eating, was it any surprise without any exercise that I was getting larger and larger? But on the plus side, now I've stopped it. It's all going well. So yeah, it's just knowing what you're eating, really. The two things: journaling what I was eating.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here.
Just being more aware.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Journaling when I want, where I want, everything what I eat. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, you can eat carbs. There's carbs obviously give you energy, but if you eat them at the wrong time and don't use up that energy, then your body soaks it up and it'll just turn into fat. But but yeah, there's like I used to eat, like if we were going to have a physical fitness test the next morning, I would go out and I'd have a huge spaghetti dinner and just eat tons of spaghetti. And I would have all the energy because, you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Last thing you want to do is go, do a bunch of exercises and run 3 miles. But, but that's how I would, I would do it. And it's like that. And but if you go and have lunch and then you go to work and then you come home and you eat dinner and then you go to bed, and it's like your body hasn't used any of that. So there's times when if you use it right at the right time of day for what you're going to use it for, then that's, you have to learn, and everybody's body is a little bit different. So.
For sure.
Exactly.
For sure.
That's interesting. Shane Peter's not here because he is much more on a keto path.
He's there.
Where it's like a real
Speaking to Peter.
Peter the pest. Come on, Peter. So he's removing the carbs so that he's burning fat much more efficiently. Peter, you can explain it way better. I'm kind of like Peter Light, where Peter is Peter Hardcore.
Listen, first of all, did you miss me?
Of course.
Yes, we do, of course.
What a day I've had. Yeah, so I'm on a keto type eating. Well, I'm on a low carb. So what I do is, hold on, I've got the
Well, he's doing that real quick. Some of the
is fat adapted. And
so I'm
not fat adapted. And so, hold on, what's up?
Just a minute, Corinda. Peter, over to you.
Okay, so my body's now fat adapted, and basically, the body is now eating the fat for me because my ketones kick in, because it's not using sugar for energy and carbohydrates for energy. It's using my own fat storage that I've got in the body. And I've never felt so much full of energy, to be honest with you, and I drink a lot of water now. Now, I believe it was about veganism or something today. Once I had my heart bypass, I tried veganism, or veggie. And I had it for a bit, but the problem was I've never felt so weak and tired,
For sure.
And I just couldn't do that. So after that, every chicken in Aberdeen was chased everywhere.
And you catch them all, right? You caught them all.
And then when I travelled out in my van in the country, the cows would look and say, "What are you looking at? You'll be mine shortly." And so I eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot of chicken. I'm going to have to eat more fish. And I actually got down to 10 stone 13 the other week. And I haven't been that since been a very young man.
Yeah, good for you. Good for you, Peter. Good for you.
I sometimes only have one meal a day now because I'm fat adapted, and there's a big fasting thing, but I'm not fasting. And as I say, the good thing for me is because of that, I'm not having to go on insulin now, and that was the main objective. And I became a cook. I bake, I cook meals, and I've just bought a Ninja Health Foodie grill.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. And you brought something up really interesting, Peter. When I started I started wanting to lose weight, I actually fasted, right? I started fast. I was watching watching YouTube videos about fasting and how important that is for your body. And in fact, one time I fasted 36 hours. It didn't even bother me. The 36 hours not eating didn't bother me at all because I was drinking a lot of water, right? And you have to kickstart it somehow, otherwise you're going to stay where you are, right? So I know that has a lot to do with it, the fasting. A lot to do with it. It's very healthy.
If you've not, look up Dr. Chris Berg, B-E-R-G. He's good. Things are starting to change in the world. The doctors are now fighting each other because some doctors are wanting us to keep us on tablets.
For sure.
And some doctors want us off tablets. By the way, Nick, there's a thing called the Kestival, and they're having prominent doctors there as well. Dr. Unsworth, he's there, and all his patients that are diabetic, he doesn't give them tablets. He puts them on a keto diet.
Okay.
And his partner takes them out on a run. He takes them out to the park run. And 90% of them, I believe, are now off tablets. And it's just far. Okay, your cholesterol goes up, but there's good cholesterol, but I could go on about it for a while. But I've never been so happy. They were asking, so was it? It's not about weight loss, although I've lost a lot of weight. But if I could say how many people actually haven't seen me for a while, say, Peter, what have you been doing? I said, after myself. And I look handsome for 61. In fact, I don't believe I'm 61.
Now, Peter, is it basically a vegetarian diet? Like
No.
No, reverse.
Okay.
Oh, no. You can
Is it?
bake. You can have bacon and eggs in the morning, which, funnily enough, you stop eating. But chicken, I have. There's an Indian guy. They've made some spices up, and you coat them. You coat them on barbecue spices. You coat them on curry blend. It's all called blends, barbecue blend. All these blends, and you put them in the chicken legs and cook them and put them in the fridge. And my favorite sweet is actually avocados. Avocado brownies, no sugar. I can tell you the recipe offhand now, so I make that quite a lot. I never thought if Sheila was to say to me 2 years ago, Peter, can we buy a thing called a KitchenAid? It costs £500. I would say, are you off your head?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I have bought a kitchen. I bought a KitchenAid at £500, and it fascinates me.
£500.
Yeah, I know I could have been a computer, but anyway, I watch it going round and round. I make videos. People watch me making it, and then I do the Ninja Foodie grill. I put the grill on, and they've encouraged me to get my own show, Nick, so I can go with the YouTube. He says you'd be brilliant, because I always say lovely jubbly, and so I can't cook. I couldn't cook. But this is what I'm going to make today. Come and join me while I make it. First of all, get your 250 avocados, peel them. Here's the special gadget that I bought to peel them. Then open them up. Here's the thing that's got the stone. Anyway,
you should be on. You should be on Amazon, Peter.
Yeah, you need to be on Amazon.
Yes.
That's your natural arena, because if you can sell people a £500 food machine, then you make a good percentage on that.
You're right. If you'd asked me, well, Nick, you'll have to have a chat with me, because I've got something called Ziptop Life, and what I want to do is encompass everything into one YouTube. Hi there, I'm Peter, I'm a survivor. Here's a picture of me with my heart open and stuff like that. That was me 4 years ago. Look at me now, you can be the same. Cycling, cooking.
Excellent.
Yeah,
and I think that's the thing, though, isn't it, Peter? Is it, and something that Maria was alluding to, is it's not a diet; it's just a lifestyle change. Because diets notoriously don't work, because you're up and down, up and down.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, making those sensible decisions and good habits that make the change. So, and a bit like going back to what I was saying about my going exercising every morning. When we first were looking at it, I was scheduling all my time, and I'd schedule in 6 o'clock every morning, first thing, go for a walk for 45 minutes. But I wasn't doing it. I was doing it once or twice a week, because I'd actually get up. I was getting up at 6, but I was thinking, I'll just do something on the computer or do something else. And then you missed it. And he said to me, Gary, my coach, he's a I don't know if I told you, he's an amazing Iron Man. He was 64 the other day, and he had a heart attack when he was 42. And then since then, he has now done over 100 Ironman competitions. So then,
wow.
So he's the guy who said to me, he said, well, what would it take to actually make you do it every day? And I said, I don't know. I said, maybe a bit of accountability. He said, absolutely. He said, right, just send me a video every day. And since the 10th of May, I've sent him a video every morning. just to prove that I'm on my walk, and it's and that's where you build these these habits. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is
That's
a
what
habit.
we do in the club as well. On Friday nights accountability, and also a no scales victory where we don't mention going on the scales. I used to take my sugar level. I used to take all the time. I used to weigh myself. I don't even do that anymore. He says, if you're feeling good, don't do it.
exactly. Yeah.
It'll come. And it's, well, that's 5 months now, and I've lost 2 stone without thinking about it. But
I don't know what
Nick,
2
have
stones
you,
is. Stephen,
somebody-
can you tell me what 2 stones is in pounds?
somebody worth 2.2 pounds per
28,
kilogram.
28 pounds.
28 pounds.
Right? Can I ask you, Nick, or has anybody tried a bulletproof
That's
coffee?
kilos.
A bulletproof coffee.
Bulletproof
Have
coffee.
you tried that?
I've
Right.
never heard of it, Peter.
I
Go
haven't
and
either.
buy stuff called apple cider vinegar with mother. Right?
Yes.
With
Yeah, I use
mother.
that. Yeah, I use that. Yeah.
And you'll find the 15 mils of that, 15 mils of lemon juice,
Yeah.
and cream of tartar or low salt. That gives you potassium.
Okay.
So it's a morning drink of, and also vinegar, lemon, ground rock salt, Himalayan rock salt. Now that's a drink I have in the morning, and I drink about 3 times during the day. Right. Plus others. But a bulletproof coffee, I don't have anything to eat, and I go cycling for 20 odd miles, 22 miles before I have a little snack. No carbs. The bulletproof coffee is black coffee, spoonful of cream, teaspoon, and something called MCT oil. Athletes drink it, helps with your insulin, reduces your sugar, and it makes you go like a rocket. People say to me, "Where did you get the
We're
strength
still
from?"
talking cycling there.
Yeah, cycling, aye. Anyway, so basically the MCT oil, I thought, wow, it says take half an hour before. And I've looked into it, it regulates your insulin and everything for you. And I didn't believe it. So I went out without eating. I used to fill up on carbs.
Yeah.
Don't do that now. This guy runs marathons without eating.
Oh, for sure.
You know. So
Yeah,
there
you
you
should
go.
body.
So
That makes sense.
I may have been late, but I've made sure I've been known.
For sure. Thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
Back to Stephen. Now it's Stephen's turn. We've all out-talked Stephen today.
I'm enjoying the conversation. I'm not for going to go for an Ironman, Nick. I don't think I could do that now. But I want to do something that Peter mentioned, which is 5K, which is a park run. Now, in the UK, we have got set up 300 5K circuits, and every single one of them is active at least 1 or 2 times a week. And you can join in and you can walk, run, or jog the 5K. Yeah, has anybody taken part in a park run, or do you have park runs?
I have.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't.
got really lucky. I walked to my park run. Well, when it's going to be open again, I think we're opening a week after everyone else because we've got a big Gurkha thing on the where it is we run. So no, it's marvelous. I've got you get your little barcode. You get a little. I bought a little rubber wristband, so you don't have to worry about it getting wet and everything. They just scan you to give you a time. I love it. I love a park run. Yeah, nice.
No, when I had an operation 6 months after I run 3 5Ks that week.
Wow.
Then I got plantar fasciitis, and I was spoken about in the Monday because news starts says, now we met a guy last week, and this guy had a triple heart bypass and he done it. Now it took me 50 minutes, and ours is slightly uphill, right? So it's a hard one. There's 2. There's one at the beach as well. And what was heartbreaking, I'm running and I never stopped. I never walked. So I'm going up. But unfortunately, they go up in the turn and come back down again, like the Grand Old Duke of York. The first runner is in 15 minutes. First run. And they pass you. And I'm the last one going up. He says, keep going. And he waited for me coming back. And it took me 50 minutes but I broken my record the second time I done it in 45.
Good.
I
Good.
tell you, there's nothing worse than doing a half a marathon. I did one in the village I lived in Germany. It was home to Dr. Van Arkel, who was basically the women's marathon genius in Germany. So the village would have a marathon every year and a half. They introduced a half marathon, thank God. And so I was doing the half marathon. It was a super hot day, like 36 degrees Celsius.
Oh.
And I started off, and there was 99 people finished, and I finished 99th. But it was so hot. I was trying to catch these two ladies in front of me. They're about 200 meters in front of me, and I just couldn't catch them. I was like, oh, I just can't do it. But the funny thing is, because there's a marathon at the same time, I crossed the line, and my great friend Andy, who married a German girl when he was younger, and his lovely old boy, and he was like, "Hey, Nick," and he was getting his camera out, and all the crowd were going, "Yay!" because I was coming through last. The bloke who won the marathon came in after me. No one noticed because I was getting all this accolade just for completing the half marathon.
That's good.
Yeah. But no, it's actually a great feat. So I'm actually annoyed that I can't run here because my feet, and I'm doing everything I can. So that's why I went on to cycling. And if people still speak and say, "Look, Peter, he does a lot of cycling, doesn't drink or anything," that guy. And my new employee, he says, I went home and he says, "This guy has energized me." He says he's 61 and he's more energetic than me. He's now on keto. You know? And asking
you were saying about the 5K park run.
How long have you run, Peter? How long have you ever run? Like, what is your target?
So you went on it, did you?
Yeah.
Well done. I'm not going to ask you your time.
Yeah.
Very good.
From here to Canno is like, what, 20 minutes? Walk.
To the park run, 20 minutes from your home.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people cycle to it where I am, and then they do their run and cycle home again. You know? But I'll tell you, it's great to see. And what we've also got in Aberdeen is a junior park run. And all the kids are there on a Sunday, and one of the parks we meet in from time to time. And all the little kiddies do one circuit with their mums and dads. It's quite funny to watch. The ones that don't want to run, come on, keep going. I'd be going, "Come out, you're making a fool of me, get worked."
Yeah, but some of those kids are blimming quick though. They fly past you.
Oh yeah, I mean they're young.
Let me tell you a story about the.
We used to be like that too.
Let me tell you about a mile, right? Until recently, I can't do it just now because I'm too busy. I was doing a mile a morning and I was recording it and putting it into my fitness group. And they've actually got within the club, it does it automatically, and I'm the leader. I've done 12 hours of cycling one week, so I'm the leader. But I walk as well, and people can see my route. But going back to the mile, there's a school in Scotland, right? The teacher, primary school, the head teacher made them all. It was either run a mile or walk a mile. I can't remember what it was on. You can look it up on the internet. And they'd done it, and the kids loved it, and the whole school went out together.
Yeah.
And their education improved because of it.
Oh, for sure.
I've seen that.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I remember reading about it.
It was on Belgian TV.
Yeah. That's
My favorite distance is
and England, right?
Yeah.
Talking about saying, you know the F1 drivers, the F1, they eat before they race. I didn't know that. Before those festivals, like vegetarian, the F1 drivers eat fish in channels before they race.
What do they do before the race?
It probably helps them get rid of a lot of weight.
Before they have a race, the F1, they eat vegetables before they eat them, before they like the meat.
Vegetables.
They eat vegetables.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Ah, okay.
No, I didn't know
That
that.
makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah,
Potato.
Like
makes
little
sense.
All about
tomatoes.
weight reduction.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It
I'm
depends
going
on
to
the
speak
source,
here.
right? Every
Right.
day.
Good.
Depends what you're doing.
Yeah.
Mm.
My favorite distance is 26 miles, 385 yards. And that's the distance I enjoy walking. Of course, it's a marathon. And we're
Yeah.
very fortunate in Wiltshire that the marathon takes place between Avebury and Stonehenge. So that's
Mhm.
between two stone circles.
Yeah.
And on a normal time, thousands of people would actually take part on the day, either running the marathon or walking it, which is what I did, or doing a half marathon, running or
Mhm.
walking, or cycling.
Mhm.
And it's great to be able to do that because it's not long distance, but it's reasonable distance.
Yeah.
And you've I don't know, you've got to do something whilst you're walking. And you're actually, it's a great place to go out into the countryside and just think, clear your head, and plan what you're going to do after the marathon, apart from putting your feet up.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was over Ministry of Defence land, which is a Salisbury Plain,
Yeah.
and they have a firing range. So you can only go through there when they're not firing. It's not a good
Yeah.
idea to go through when they are
No.
firing.
Not recommended.
No.
It's the practice range for the army in the UK,
Yeah.
live firing,
It's
and
just been known to happen.
so they set aside certain days of the year
Mhm.
where they say, okay, there's going to be no exercises taking place, no live firing. You're free to
Yeah,
actually
you
use
can.
it.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, they've put an end to that. So I'm
Oh.
looking for a new
Oh.
marathon to do. I'll
Oh,
find
that's
one
great.
eventually.
I have a question for Stephen. Stephen, you're in such great shape. Do you walk or cycle every day? Like, what is your diet? I guess I missed that. I'm sorry, guys. I just have to ask because you're in great shape, Stephen.
That's very, very kind of you to say so. My weight's the same as Peter's.
Okay. Oh, okay.
That's,
Okay.
that's question. Yeah, I mean, basically, like all of us, mostly fresh food. Yeah,
Mhm.
cooked from
Mhm.
fresh.
Mhm.
We get the vegetables delivered to the door. So my diet is the normal diet, apart from pizza on Saturday and Sunday. Oh, and
Mhm.
fish and chips on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, but the key is we paid a visit to Germany. We went to Dresden, and the hotel we were staying at in Dresden had the buffet that you have for breakfast in the morning in a hotel.
mhm.
And we got into the habit, besides eating the croissants and the pastries, of
Mhm.
starting off with fresh fruit with
Mhm.
yogurt.
Yeah.
And that was 3 years ago. And
Mhm.
we always now start our day with fresh fruit and yogurt. And I think that's one of the keys to
Mhm.
getting you off to a good start during the day.
Mhm. For sure.
Interesting that because I don't touch fruit at all now.
Oh,
Fruit's
wow.
got a lot
Oh,
of sugar. Fruit's
Mm.
got its own sugar. Fructose, you see. So
there's a
she'll all
couple.
say to me, "Are you eating today?" I say, "Yeah, later on." Some have one meal a day. No, I eat a lot of chicken and a bit of veg, and that's basic. So I don't even feel. I used to get up. I don't know if you've ever done this in life, but you get up and you're on a low carb diet, whatever diet, and you open the fridge and look in, nothing there, and you shut it. And you go and look, and then you look at
Yeah.
another cupboard and you look in and you go like that and you open the bottom one, you look in, nothing there. So you go back to the fridge and you go, no, what's here? There's still nothing there.
As if everything changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all done it. And then you see something you shouldn't eat and you go, oh, just one. And
Yeah. And
the,
coming back.
the crisps and everything like that. And she'll sneak in sweets. Now I can look at a packet of Quality Street now. It's a sweets we have over here. I can look at them and not touch them. Before, if I saw them, I would say to her, "What's this? What's this?" I says, "Would you have whiskey lying about for an alcoholic to get hold of?" I says, hide him. And she used to hide him under her pillow and everything, but I don't care now. I think she played a trick on me. She was up to her mum's to look after her, and she left Quality Street in the fridge. So every time I opened it, it was there. And when she come back, it was still there. I can look at chocolate and it doesn't bother me one bit.
Interesting.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
I am happy now. You know, I wish I'd found this years ago.
For sure.
Oh, by the way, can I just tell you something? The keto people have got it's 8,000 subscribers, as I told you, Nick. Right?
Yeah.
8,000. But guess what? I watch a lot. I used to drive a lorry, and there's a lorry driver in Britain. All he does is sit in a cab and speak to them and take them round. Guess how many subscriber he has? Guess. Take a guess.
No idea.
I wouldn't have a clue.
No.
45,000 subscribers.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
As boss
I have. I've got silence now. Good. That's what I need to do. I need to be more forceful.
Yes.
Marco, how do you start your day?
Yeah. We have to hear Marco.
Waking up. Yesterday, I had 2 moments of exercise. I had at 8 a.m. at the gym. I had this trial training with a personal trainer. It was
Good.
kind of
Excellent.
30 minutes of torture. Okay.
Sorry, Marco.
Yeah, believe it.
I love the look on your face. I love the look on your face.
But at the end, I think you will laugh even more.
Okay.
Because I was kind of. I think the only thing I can move was my eyes.
That's a good workout.
Yeah. I was now satisfied at the end of the day. I went to play another 1 hour of football. You know, Harper played with feet. That is why it's called football, because it has okay.
Feet, yes.
If it's played with hand and with an egg, it should be hand egg, not football. Because the ball should be round.
The whole world knows that if America touches something, they're gonna mispronounce it, they're gonna screw it up, and they're gonna brag about it. So I mean, come on now. It's no secret.
Why should they change it? Why should they change it? Right,
And we know it.
When I wake up, the only thing I was able to move were my eyes as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And a little bit my neck. Okay, and I think I took half an hour to and
Is Portugal any good at football, Marco?
sorry?
What?
Is Portugal any good at football?
What a question.
Oh dear. Before you arrived, Nick, Marco agreed he was going to support England. Sorry, Brenda, go.
No, I think the American is not really for football. It's really for the NFL, like National Football League.
Yeah,
right. It is called
really
football.
Not NFL. What is NFL then?
Yep.
And by the way, that's something also with Americans. This Ferdinand Magellan, and I went crazy when I knew who Ferdinand Magellan was. Okay, because it's a Portuguese navigator who was the first guy who crossed the world by sea.
He navigated the world, correct?
Yeah.
And the name of that guy is
We screwed it up.
Fernando Magalhães. And
Magellan.
I'm wondering, what the hell has Ferdinand Magellan to do with Fernando Magalhães? It's
Yeah.
the first letters are the same. Yes, FMAM. They are right.
You know why? You know why?
The same, okay, but Magellan Magalhães.
Completely different, isn't it? Interesting.
We say Magelang.
You know why? You know the mentality of when and they do this in Seattle. The name of Seattle was named after a chief, a couple, about 80 miles south of Seattle, and the chief's name is Sealth, Sealth. Well, they couldn't figure out what he was saying, so they just kind of Seattle.
Yep.
Magellan. We don't know how to spell the Magellan, so we're just going to call him Magellan.
Yeah.
So,
On
you
that,
think I'm
that note,
joking? I'm actually serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Portuguese joking joke. A guy was asking to his assistant, please book me a meeting for Friday. In Portuguese, Friday, it's written Sexta. And the assistant asked, look, sexta, which is the way we say Friday, with an X or with a Z, a Z. And he said, okay, make it to Thursday.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good joke. Good joke.
You've been
Yeah.
listening to friends from around the world, from Belgium, from the USA, from Canada, and from Portugal, and from Scotland, and from London, and from Farnborough. Yeah, I got that one right.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh.
from Wiltshire in England. It's over to Marco to close today's broadcast and talk about next week's broadcast.
Wonderful.
I have to confess, I don't put sugar in my coffee as well. Okay.
Yeah.
I drink bitter coffee.
Me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that next show will be really sweet. So tune
Okay.
in next week.
Wonderful.
Okay. It was next
And
See you
week.
Nick,
next
I
week,
see you
everyone.
on Tuesday.
It again, and meat with two E's, not meat to eat. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's a deal. It's a deal.
Yeah.
Bye.
And every
Bye.
Tuesday, you
Bye.
guys do the
Have a
recording.
great week, everyone. Have a